Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of On the Mic with Mike. I'm your host, Mike Larkin, and joining me tonight is Catfighter and model, my dear friend, Miss Angelina Knight. Angelina, it's a pleasure and a privilege as always. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I can't complain. First and foremost, it's always a pleasure and a privilege to have you on the show. And I got to say, first and foremost, it has been a hell of a year, the year that is 2021. And going into 2022, I know you were looking forward to getting some more catfighting in, getting to more fights in, and really getting back in there and scrapping, if you will. I've been seeing you on social media. You're dying and urging for a fight.
Oh yeah, I think my last one was February or March. So yeah, I'm like real antsy. I need in there.
Well, you have to. I mean, I look at it from a stance too. Like, you have had a hell of a year from just everything that's been going on in the world, everything that's been going on just in general. I mean, my goodness gracious, from Alexandra Hamilton to doing some stuff with Kim Chi, which we have seen the TikToks of you and Laura Cross and many amazing people behind the scenes just having fun. So you have that experience of just having that shoot. And now, again, more going into 2022 because 2021, it's been a rocky year for some. We're getting back to some sense of normalcy, but god dang, man, 2022 can't come sooner as we are in the month of December going into January, right?
No, I'm ready for it. It's definitely been a year for me, like personal life and like now my new fetish life. So yeah, I'm ready for the new year to leave behind the bad stuff and then get into some new stuff. And yeah, I've been ready.
I think I look at it from a stance too as well with cat fighting and overall the fetish side of things. There's such an aura, there's such a preference, there's such a uniqueness to it, the vibes. So I look at it from a stance too as well. There's so much content to put out in the new year, and from you as well. I got to say, you're putting out the photos, putting out the videos, really showcasing that overall sex appeal and that fight aspect. So you're doing it on that front. Every time I see you on Twitter, you're doing it up and showing those amazing, dare I say, cute, beautiful outfits you got.
It's definitely, yeah, I've been waiting months and months. I have so much stuff in my Amazon cart that I try to spoil myself maybe like once or twice a month if I'm lucky. But yeah, I've had this shit in my cart for like a year, so I'm like gradually filling my closet with everything that I want. So I'm slowly getting there.
I look at it from a stance too as well. I mean, like we were talking about the outfits there for a second. Man, you got stuff that includes lollipops. There's headphones, like the Christmas you mentioned, which is awesome. I got to say, you're really putting that forward from the imagery standpoint, and it really does show off with the videos and stuff that you've been putting on Instagram and Twitter. So I got to say, you're gaining more, not just for the following aspect, but god dang, man, you're really putting yourself out and marketing yourself out there, and it's great to see.
It does feel kind of good too because I'm finally coming out of my little shell. I wasn't really able to, express myself growing up, and then when I was married, I wasn't ever allowed to wear what I wanted to now. Like, I'm divorced, I'm free, I just turned 30, so I honestly think after like getting older too, it's just kind of like a fuck everything I'm gonna do and wear whatever I want, and I love it. It feels really good too, if I'm being honest.
Well, you should feel good. I think that's the thing in anything where it comes in work and life and just how we express ourselves, as you so eloquently put it. It's we don't give a fuck. It's no fucks given. It's pretty much go fuck yourself, to put it bluntly, because it's like at the end of the day, now I'll be honest, I turned 30 in April, so you already got one on me there with turning 30. So I get it. I get it as a fellow 90s kid as we get older, and I've noticed it myself that once we get to like the 30 realm, hit the big 3-0, it's just like, you know what? We're maturing, we're getting older, we're getting wiser. And if this is what we want to do, fuck what anybody else says. As long as we're happy, our internal and external happiness is what matters.
Oh yeah, and like on Thanksgiving, like around my family, I don't know if you saw my outfit. Like, I had my red leotard on and my black skirt and my fishnets
Yep.
and my wig and everything. Like, I got all dolled up, and like that's just what I like to wear. I feel like there's been a couple of people tell me like with my wig, like with my wigs, it's kind of like my signature look. So like when I dress up, I have my wigs and my kitty ears or my headband. And when I came downstairs, my family was like, "Are you wearing fishnets? Like, yeah. And I didn't really get a whole lot of response after that, but I just didn't give a shit. Like, I just don't care. I'm gonna wear whatever I want, and I look pretty damn cute on Thanksgiving, so fuck it, you know?
Oh, I understand completely. Well, first and foremost, the fishnets has really become like your signature. And I'm going to say this right now as someone who's your friend and appreciates your internal and external beauty. You keep wearing the fishnets, man. No, it's very sex appeal. And I'm going to ask you because with it being your trademark and kind of one of your signatures from a style standpoint, and like we mentioned, the appeal for fishnet wise, do you remember when you first like started doing like the fishnet stuff? Because it's very popularized and it's something that a lot of men, a lot of people gravitate towards because it is an amazing and fun look.
Um, well, when I was little, like, I don't think like 12 or 13, um, I loved kind of like the goth look. Like when the Bratz dolls came out, I really loved the goth Bratz dolls, and they would, like, I don't know if you remember like the commercials, but they'd do like the anime, um, not anime, like the cartoon commercials, like where they're
Yes.
dancing and getting dressed up. And I loved the fishnets and like the stockings and the heels. And of course, at the age of 12, I was like, I'm never going to be able to wear that, because like I said, my family is real strict and I wasn't allowed to wear a whole lot. But the stockings, like, I've always loved stockings as well and like thigh highs. But like I said, like, I've been, you know, I won't say sheltered, but I was just like really controlled, like, for half my life. So I was never allowed to buy them. I just could never think about getting them. So, like, when I finally, I guess, became free, I was just like, I'm going to get everything that I've always wanted to wear. And the stockings and bows, I think people refer to me as like that girly princess bratty type person with like, all my bows and everything. But now that I finally am allowed to wear my fishnets, people like that a lot more, and I like them more too. So I mean, it's just kind of like it just depends on my mood if I want to be, girly little princess or little goth sexy fishnet princess. I don't know what you'd call it, but
Well, you
just
just created a new name for it. I'm gonna say something. A little insulted. Do I remember the Bratz commercials, man? No, but I look at it from a stance too. Yes, and I mean we had the Bratz the movie around that time period as well. So I understand where you're coming from with the look, and the Bratz were very popular back in like the late '90s, the early 2000s as well. So I look at it from a stance too as well. We copy what we see from the pop culture side of things, and we make it our own. And I'm gonna say this right now, again from the cutie beauty standpoint, you rock it. There is nothing that I've not seen from you imagery wise and just in general that you have not rocked. So you absolutely do pull it off, Angelina.
I appreciate that because I'll get all my outfits together and I'll try them on and I'm just like, I'm not feeling this today, and then I'll just wear like some tube socks and like tank tops or something. But I really do love dressing up. I've always loved dressing up, ever really since I was little. But I had all like the Barbie costumes, the Barbie dresses, Snow White costume. Like I think I had every princess costume, like known to man. And I was just always dressing up. I was in always like ballerina skirts. And I mean, I actually did ballet when I was younger too. So I got to keep all the stuff. And I mean, I was actually that child like that you would see in Walmart dressed up like in a costume or ballet skirt or dress or whatever. And then I had a little brother, and he just kind of, when you have a little brother, he gets into all your shit, so you can't really have anything nice to yourself. But and then I honestly became a really huge, huge tomboy, and I don't know if it was because I was never allowed to wear anything or I just got real lazy with getting dressed. But I used to wear just t-shirts and basketball shorts, if you can believe that, for years,
Oh,
and never, yeah, anything girly with bows. Like going from like when I was little to wearing everything pink and frilly and all my costumes to just basketball shorts. Like that's all I wore. It's just basketball shorts and t-shirts.
all right. So pretty much what you were saying is you were channeling your inner Lola Bunny. Just join the Toon Squad. Get the get the basketball shirt and the shorts. I mean, I look at it from a stance too. There's a 180 right there, first and foremost, man. You go from basketball shirts and shorts and basketball shorts, right? And then you're rocking the bows again, which is one of your trademarks. So
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with the tomboy look because I look at it from a stance too. That is also in popular culture, like we've seen with the Disney Channel with motocross and women doing female sports, women doing a lot of combative nature. So it really set the tone to see what we have now and how the evolution of women in sports and in general, showing the strength of women as a whole. So I mean, it's very empowering if you actually think about it.
It lasted maybe 3 years. I went through like seventh, eighth, and ninth grade, just sweatshirts, hoodies, sweatpants. I mean, I'm talking like guy sweatpants. I would always just buy guy clothes. And then freshman or sophomore year hit, and I was like, okay, I'm kind of tired of this. I'm kind of dull, like I'm losing my light a little. And then I got, some highlights finally, and my bows and my headbands and my jeans and my girly boots, and so I kind of got it back, slowly. But man, I you could never catch me in a fucking bow to save my life. Like during that time, like if I bought home anything pink, I'm just like, I'm not wearing it. And my mom, seeing me be so girly all my life to just hoodies and sweatpants, she, I'm not even joking. She asked me like, are you gay? Like, no. They ask me that all the time because I'm not kidding. I never wore anything remotely girly, nothing pink, nothing purple, and purple is my absolute favorite color. And I just, nope. If it wasn't black or red or white, like I wasn't wearing it. Or gray. I had a lot of gray sweatpants. But yeah, finally, when we had a big hair appointment for me, my mom, and my little sister. Or not my little sister, my brother. And we all went to go get our hair done. And my mom, she was like, "Can you please just get some highlights? Like, can you please do something?" And I was like, Jesus Christ, like, fine, just fine, whatever. And I got, some blonde highlights. And then I'm like, okay, maybe I do kind of miss being girly. So when I was 16, 17, I finally, I guess, my girliness came back. I don't know. But now that's all I wear is pink, purple, bows, and then my black still, and now my fucking fishnets. So I'm just everywhere.
Well, I think what's great about you too is, and I'm going to say this, the variety. We all need a sense of variety as we get older with our fashion and style and how we grow as people. But also, you have to look at it like this, Miss Angelina Knight. It's one of those things where, as well, like incorporating the bows and incorporating the purple and the pink and everything, like you talk about being all over the place, it represents the cutie beauty style. But as we've seen in social media, and this is why I love you to death, it's like, you know what? You want to be taken seriously. You got that serious face and you're ready to scrap, you're ready to throw down. Because I got to say, at the end of the day, you're ready to hit somebody, kicks, strikes, what have you. You're ready to rip ass. But at the same time, it's like people look at you like, oh, she's got such a cute face. And I got to say, I love your laugh. And you do have that voice of, mouse kind of deal. But, you're just like, I want to be taken seriously, God damn it. So I understand the struggle.
Yeah, I still struggle every time I'm in public. Well, there is a funny story. The other day, I went to um, the grocery store with my friend, and she actually works at the grocery store. So she got off work, came and got me, and we went to get our groceries. And there was one of the workers there in one of the aisles, like boxing everything up, and he was like, "Oh," he's like, he's like, "Is this your little sister?" Now, she's not even 21. She's literally 20, and I'm 30. So I just kind of was like, I'm so sorry. And she was like, "Yep, this is my little," like, she just went along with it. She's like, "I'm not even gonna argue. I'm not even gonna, you know, give him like that. Oh my gosh, no, you're not 30, like blah blah," because she knows I hate that. Half the time, I just go along with people. They're like, "Oh my gosh, you're so cute. How's high school?" Or I'm like, "Oh, it's great. It's so good. I got so much homework." But no, she just glared at me like, "This bitch is 10 years older than me." And he just called me her little sister. But I'm just like, I actually kind of just walked away and looked at something else in the aisle, and I let them talk. But she was so pissed. Like, you could just tell she was so mad.
Well, we talked about this last time where it's kind of like, you're a bit of an introvert, but at the same time, like it's fine because it's you and your uniqueness and being yourself. Because I think you've always talked about, just your struggle with like eye contact, and you're a shy person, which is cool because at the end of the day, it's you being you, and it's not meant to be mean. But at the same time, it's like, you know what, we're private people. We want to keep to ourselves, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, she informed him because he's like, "Oh, I heard him say, "Is she okay?" She's like, "Yeah, she's just shy." And I kind of just did that like that white people grin, like where you
You got
just
a name for
barely like that half smile. And I was just looking at shit in the aisle. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to talk to him. I
it.
didn't want to be in the store to begin with, because it was just one of those days. But I'm like, yeah, I'll let you just enjoy that conversation of me being your little sister.
First and foremost, put that as a hashtag now. The hashtag white people grin, and I know the exact grin you're talking about because I have given that grin many a times. Well, it's
That
like,
is just the name of it. I don't know any other name.
it's like you're trying to be nice, and it's like, yeah, okay, but it's at the same time, it's like you have like stamped on your forehead to be completely honest and blunt with you. It's like, leave me the fuck alone. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's like.
Yeah, I had about 3 men that day too tell me I should smile more. I think I
Oh,
tweeted that too. Yeah.
oh yes. So okay,
Oh my
about
god.
we got to talk about this because I'm gonna say right now, if you want to piss someone off, doesn't it male or female, what have you, tell them they need to smile more. And it's like, I'm fine. I'm happy. It's just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get through my day without being fucking bothered. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those things where people need to not say that. Because if you tell people to smile, it'll just annoy them. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna piss me off to tell me to smile more. You know what I'm saying? It's very controlling if you look at it from the stance too. It's like just fucking leave me alone, right?
Why does my face bother you that much that you want me to smile? First of all, like, why are you so concerned that I need to smile in the store? You know how creepy that is? Just walking around the store fucking smiling. I'm not gonna do that.
So pretty much what they want you to do is be like the Soundgarden Black Hole Sun video where everybody's smiling all creepy and it looks like they're all on LSD. Yeah, pretty much like that.
No, I would rather look like I hate the world and I'm ready to cut a bitch. So yeah, no, I'm not gonna smile more.
Hey, well, sometimes people want to watch the world burn, and it's people like you with the cuteness and the small factor and the Hobbit princess, as you like to call yourself. It's the unexpected people that just want to watch the world burn, and there's a part of you that just wants to watch the world burn.
I just hate the store. I'm not even gonna lie. I hate going to the store. And I just hate people. Like, nothing against people. I just hate them. And I don't want to be around them, especially when I have to. When I have to get groceries or I have to, get mine and my kids' necessities if we're running. I dread constantly when I have to go to the store.
Hey, that is every parent's and everybody's everybody's dreadfulness is just going to the store and getting groceries and just everything. So I don't blame you.
Yeah.
It's a regretfulness for everybody, but at the same time, like you were talking about your freedom there, you're divorced, you're a single woman, you're just ready to be that devoted mother that you are to your kids. Again, the freedom is very nice because if you're in a toxic relationship, and we talked about relationships and stuff on the show, it's one of those things where you need to dissipate yourself from it, and now you're in a good place and you're very happy. So I mean, again, that's a plus to your year and just makes you go onwards and upwards with what you want to do.
I'm very happy. There's been some days, I don't know if I'm like grieving my marriage, but I think it's more so just I kind of wish like it was different in some way, because obviously I don't like having a broken home, because I grew up in a broken home my whole life. So when I have to give my kids a broken home, it's just kind of, I think it's just, me being their mom. Like I just want the best for them. And this is the best for them, me not being with, you know, in that situation and being in that situation. But having just a broken home in general is just like, ugh, it sucks sometimes, especially around holidays, because all my friends have, real husbands and, their kids have a real dad. And I'm just over here like, yeah, it's just me and my boys. But like, I'm not complaining that it's just me and my kids. But, like any parent, you know, wants their kid to have, both parents, obviously.
Of course. I mean, as a kid, I will say this right now, when my parents were separated, it was like that a lot. So I totally understand. A lot of people go through the same situations that you're going through, whether it be a single mom or single dad. And it's hard, but at the same time, there's moments and memories to create. I'm going to bring up one here. For those who have not followed Miss Angelina Knight on TikTok, because the links will be in the description below this, there's that moment of you just walking your kid to the bus stop and the kid, your son going to the bus. Like, that's moments and memories right there, man.
Oh, I know. And I recently he has detached from my hand. So now he walks just straight to the bus. And the other day he told me to stay at the door, and I'm like, excuse me, what? What did you just say? So now he's just. I have to stand at the screen door like I'm a lost puppy and watch him get on the bus. I mean, they park right in front of the parking lot. It's not like, down the block, but just the fact that he does not need my hand, it's just like, why are you doing this to me? But
Independent.
it's also a really good thing too, because his development, I don't know if you knew that he has autism, but um he'll be 8 in May, and his development is around a 2.5-year old. So the fact that he can and wants to go to the bus by himself is amazing to me. But it's also, like, why are you so fucking big and you don't want to hold my hand anymore? Like,
It's
ugh,
it's heartbreaking because
I know.
as we grow older, you know what I'm saying? We want to be independent. I was that kid, that just was ready to just go. So a lot of kids can feel that when it comes to school, whatever age, whatever development you're in, from elementary to middle school to high school. But at the same time, I look at it from a stance too. With your child, that's a lot to deal with autism, and God bless you, just turned 8. But at the same time, it's like that's an amazing feeling just to see him be independent and want to do this. Again, heartbreaking at the same time, but it just shows them growing older and just showing them more moments and memories to create, like I mentioned. So I mean, it's family and it's devotedness as you are as a mother. So I mean, there's a positive spin on it, even though it is kind of heartbreaking because, like, no, I want to the bus.
And that was kind of like, our thing. And, every morning, um, he always grabs his little Pop Tart, and then he has his bag of, he has like it's not like a lunch bag, but it's kind of like a handbag, I guess you call it. And he has random ass shit in that bag that he carries. And it just depends on like his mood. Like one week he carried literally 14 hangers to school in his backpack for like 2 weeks. And then he was done. And then now he carries 2 forks and some play food and an HDMI cord. Like, it just it just depends on his mood. But yeah, so every morning he gets his handbag ready, puts it in his backpack, gets a little Pop Tart. So like we have our own routine that I look forward to. And then when he told me to stay at the door, I'm like, what? What did you just say to me? No. And I really did try to let go outside, and he ran. Like, he ran away from me. Like, he was embarrassed. So I'm standing on the sidewalk in my robe, my penguin slippers. Like, I look like an idiot, and I'm just standing there by myself. And nope, he fucking took off. Like, no, you're standing at that door if I have to leave your ass. And the bus driver just gave me a wave and shut the door, and I'm still standing there, like 28-degree weather, in my little robe. Like, okay, like, that really did happen. Oh, okay.
Just cold as fuck in a row. That's what you're left at the end of the day. You know, say kids grow older, just want to be an independent, and then you're left at the screen door in your robe and some penguin slippers, and cold as fuck. That's how it is.
Literally. Yep.
Literally.
So, and then I usually come back in, and sometimes I'll get lucky and I'll be able to go back to sleep for maybe an hour if my youngest son lets me. Depends on his day or how he wants to be that day. But more so, I usually just enjoy some quiet, and then I'll make like 2 or 3 cups of coffee. Because my youngest is not. Oh, he is so. He's more hyper than I am, if that tells you anything. And
Well, not to say as hyper as you are, first and foremost, man. Someone who's known you for a little while now, I can sense that hyper. My goodness gracious, but yeah, that's like a mini you times 10 is what that is. I love you, but that is what it is.
oh yeah, I yep. I'm like, God, am I really like this? God help everybody. Now I know why people drink coffee around me. They fucking need it.
Well, you are very hyped, man. I'm going to say this right now. For someone who is so, like we mentioned, the Hobbit princess is someone who's so short and someone who is so cute, and but you're hyped, man. I'll put it bluntly, you're hyped. It's a good hyped, but you're hyped.
I'm like a chihuahua.
Absolutely. I mean, I've seen you get in the ring. For those who have not seen Angelina's post videos and stuff, I've seen you scrap in the ring, man. I know how it is.
I cannot wait. It just needs to be next year, just already, because I'm like, I'm so. I've had about 2 or 3 dreams about a cat fight this year, and I'm just like, God damn it, I need, I need to be in the ring. I really need to be in the ring.
I mean, well, you got the plus of Kim Chi and you had Alexandria Hamilton this year, so that around that time being featured in prominence like that, that's really still cool with someone a veteran as Kim and Alexandria are. So, I mean, you got to work with some major companies and you got to do a POV boxing video, which we can see on Angelina's Instagram and Twitter. And POV boxing, man, just ready to rip some ass. I like that. That was actually a very cool teaser and a very cool vid.
Oh yeah, with Abon.
Yep.
I always forget how excuse me pronounce his name, but yeah, we did um my little boxing match, and then we did the shit with Spawn or whatever, where he quote kicked my ass. Um, and then we did me and him did like a semi wrestling, a little bit of wrestling around, which that was fun.
But yeah, no, that was actually a very cool teaser and a very cool vid. I got to say this as well. Like we're talking about art forms that are, the cat fight, the customs, and everything from sessions and just in general. Like again, encompassing that overall storytelling wise, and also gives you a chance to again with your hyperness to buckle wild on people with your point of viewness. But at the same time, I got to say, Angelina, we need to see more of that. I mean, is there anyone that you have your eye on for 2022? I mean, not spoilers because I know you're working on some stuff for 2022. But what are we looking at, man? I see photos of you with your boxing gloves on. You're all boxing gloves out, man. So I got to say, again, besides being the fact that we're looking forward to it, what do you got your eye on and who you looking forward to as far as more like catfighting wise, man? Because I know you'll be training.
Um, Next year I'll be doing some bondage and a lot of feet stuff. So that's that'll be like the first stuff that I do, and then I'm supposed to start planning something soon with uh, Sleeper Kid, and then I think we talked maybe February-ish. It's not like nothing set in stone, but we've just been messaging. But I'm definitely planning on working with him. And as far as like catfighting anyone, I don't have anyone like set yet, but um, that's still in the works. So trust me, I'm trying to. There's just so many people aren't in like my weight class, and there's a lot of more. There's a lot more people that are a lot more trained than me. Um, and like with my injuries, I can only do certain things, and it's just it's kind of annoying because like everyone, like all of my outstate friends, oh my gosh, I can't talk. All of my out of state friends that want to do this shit with me, they're like miles and miles away, and it's not like I can just fly them over here and then you know do a cat fight. But I'm hopefully hopefully I can find someone in my weight class, because if not, I, I'm trying to find someone through like Fresh Fight as well, and I haven't really. I've only fought with one person in Fresh Fight, and that was the Maddie girl.
Yes.
Um, we did
No.
the boxing and then we did the cat fight, but like she's the only person like in the same state and the same weight class as me, but it's not always promised either, because she has 2 kids and a job and a life, so it's so fucking hard to plan shit. I hate it.
Hey, I get it, but at the end of the day, I'm sure a lot of this will work out and come into fruition because we see people like yourself, like you're talking about your weight class. It can be tough, but at the same time, like you stuff they did the stuff with Sleeper Kid, who was awesome. There's great productions and a lot of great work in his own writing, great content. And I mean, I'll say this right now, from Fesh Fright and everything, just in general, like you're doing bondage stuff and you're doing feet stuff. There's a market for that. And again, we talked about the sex appeal, but it works. It's uniqueness, it's preferences, and it's stuff for more content to be out there because bondage and feet stuff is like really the market, right?
Oh yeah, no, I'm real excited to do that stuff, and I want to do. I mean, I want to do as much fetish stuff as I can. Whether it's competitive catfighting or scripted catfighting. I'm down to do pretty much anything. Um, as much, as far as I'm comfortable with it. But it's just competitive catfight is just like the hardest thing for me to do because there's not a whole lot of people my size that, first of all, want to do it, and that pisses me off too. Like, I get it. You don't want to get hurt or whatever, but I want to hurt you, bitch. Like, just let me do it, and you'll get paid, and then just make me happy. But no, they're just like, I don't want to hurt you. I'm like, I, listen, listen to my words. It's a competitive catfight. I'm not gonna tell somebody, hey, do this with me if I'm scared to get hurt. Like, I want to do this shit, and they're just like, I don't know. I just don't want to hurt you. I'm like, oh, whatever, you fucking pussy, whatever. It just makes me so mad because like all the girls that would be so perfect to catfight that I know that are out of state, they're my friends and they don't want to hurt me. I'm like, you have to look past that. You have to hate me. I will make you hate me. I will smack you across the face and then we will go. Like, trust me, you won't think about being my friend in that moment. You'll want to beat the shit out of me and then it'll be good. We'll get our little cat fight and then you can just go home. But they just can't get past that. I don't want to hurt you.
Well, first and foremost, that is the quote of the year. Put that on a T-shirt. I want to hurt you, bitch, right there, Angelina. But no, I understand the frustration because there's a lot of people. And, well, first and foremost, you look the way you look. And again, to reiterate that point, you look the way you look, and people don't want to, they just want to like pat you on the head, like, grab you on the chin, like pinch your cheeks. Nobody actually wants to hit you in the face. And we've discussed this frustration, and that frustration lingers, my friend.
I mean, they can pat me on the head, pinch my chin or my cheeks after we're done, and tell me how good of a job I did. But in the meantime, like, just fuck. I need to smack somebody around so bad.
That's the thing too. I think what's great about the social media front with you is because it's this, we get it like a look into your life with what you're going through and everything, but also at the same time half of those tweets are like sex appeal tweets and then the other half is just like I want to hurt you. So it's a nice mix between like, you know what, hey, look at me, I'm sexy, but at the same time I will hurt you. So I mean, it's a nice blend, and I think that also showcases on Instagram as well because we talked about those boxing shots, which by the way look amazing. So I mean, you're ready to scrap, man, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I got to say, there's a high threshold and a high pain tolerance. You're just ready to give the pain. You're little Clubber Lang over here. What's your prediction for the fight, Pain? You're little Clubber Lang over here.
I can handle a lot of pain, surprisingly.
The threshold? Okay, well, what's your pain threshold there, man? You can handle all the pain. What would you say your pain threshold is?
I I don't know. I just tend to block a lot of it out.
Ah,
So
understood.
I mean, that goes with like some trauma, but still, like it does work out my advantage.
That is very true. Well, here's the thing, and I actually am glad that you brought that up because that actually ties in. We all go through a lot of stuff, whether trauma or what have you, but I think we learn and we grow from that stuff. And sometimes you channel your inner your Bobby Boucher from the Water Boy. You use that tackling fuel, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it does work to our advantage because it's something that's so dramatic or something that we've experienced in our life that really bows us up, if you will, and gets that anger out. And we just lash out. So I mean, it's helpful and it's also very destructive at the same time. And you got a little bit of destructiveness in you. You're like a symphony of destruction, as the one song once sang. You know what I'm saying? Put a little Megadeth on. You got a little symphony of destruction on.
I think it was my second cat fight. Um, I want to say it was the second or third one I did, and I was just not in the right headspace that night. I was going through like some personal life shit, but like once I got in the ring, I just let her just demolish me, but I didn't tap. So even, Gary, the producer for Fresh Fight, he was just like fucking amazed because she was smacking the fuck out of me. Like I just laid there and just took all of it. Like she was smacking my face, my back, she was just beating the shit out of me without actually beating the shit out of me. And I just laid there like, is this all you've got? Like, like I was bored, but my mental block was so fucking high that I didn't feel any of it. And that honestly scared me because I'm like, Jesus Christ, like how is this bitch on top of me for like 40 minutes and I don't feel anything. I mean, of course I felt it, days later, but in that moment, I just took a beating and I was like, everyone was just literally like jaw dropped, like, how the fuck did you not tap? I mean, she was yanking my hair, like, she was doing everything, literally everything to make me tap. And I was just like, like, what the hell? Like, that has to, I don't know what you'd call that, but that's fucking scary, especially someone my size. I don't know. I
You
don't know
can
if
use
that's a good thing or a bad thing, but
it's kind of a good and bad thing, and because it's like for one thing, it's like a psychological warfare. You know what I'm saying? Just like not the fuck. It's like thank you, sir. May I have another? Like you can hit you with a weapon and then boom, nothing. But at the same time, the bad side of things, it's just like god dang, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like stay down, uncle. You know what? No moss, if you will. So I mean, there's a good and bad advantage to it.
yeah, her hands, both of her hands were bruised. That's how hard she was hitting me, and she still could not make me tap. And my friend, um, who was there that night, like when everything was said and done, he was just like, I don't know how you didn't tap. I was like, I don't know how I didn't either. And I, to this day, like I'll watch that video or like little clips of it, and there's so much that I'm so pissed that I didn't do because I had like all the advantage, to fight her back, and I just laid there. But I know, like during that time, like I said, I was just not going through a really good time in my life. So I think, I don't know, like you said, it was just like that psychological, like I was kind of numb to a lot of things. But I was so pissed because, like, once I watched the video and, like, once it was edited, I'm like, God damn, I could have moved this way. I could have had this bitch in a headlock, like, I could have had all of her hair out, but I'm like, I just laid there. Like, I was so bored. And yeah, I mean, I kind of was. Like, she really, I mean, she was doing everything she could, but she was just smacking me. And I mean, I enjoy kind of being smacked, you know what I mean? But, like, other than that, it was just that's all she was doing was just smacking me. So
First of all, I love how you're critiquing. Like you could have went the psychology route of, oh, I could have done a headlock, I could have moved, set yourself better. You're looking at it from the artistic standpoint of what catfighting and like wrestling and all that is, just like for movement and like playing like chess, so to speak. It's like a human game of chess. But at the same time, like, you know what? Yeah, she slapped me. I like it. You know what I'm saying? That again, that is a very dangerous mindset to have. You know what I'm saying? I got to say, you're a tough cookie, but god dang, man, that's like from one extreme to the other. I'm going to study my tape and what I could have done to apply my crap, but at the same time, yeah, I like getting smacked. Go ahead, go for it. Like that. That is going like towards the telltales of a psychopath is what that is. But it's a good psychopath. You know what I'm saying it is like for real, man. Like that is another level.
yeah, I guess that is kind of scary because I mean I watch all my fights when they're edited, and then I'll look at everything I could have done better, and I'm still learning too. Like I haven't done a whole lot of catfighting, but I've done enough to where I can do a catfight. But like the latest one with Maddie that I did, um, when I finally got her to, I got her submission. I was just like, oh, that was so. It felt so good, and like it kind of turned me on a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie. Like when I was suffocating her, I got, I don't know, something like went through my body, and I'm just like, I could do this all day. Like I could rip her fucking hair out and sit on her face and her struggle and just. I'm like, okay, I gotta stay focused. I have to kick her ass. I can't be turned on. I gotta kick her ass. I have to pull all her hair out. But yeah, I'm like, this is kind of fucking hot. I'm not even gonna lie. So I enjoyed it as like catfighting, and then I enjoyed it as dominating too. If that makes any sense.
Oh, it absolutely does. I mean, from a standpoint as well that we mentioned again to reiterate sex appeal, and it's an art form of just overall, technique and systematic dissection and joint manipulation, which in your mind, in your realm, means totally something else after hearing the fact that you got a little roused while dominating someone, but okay. So, I mean, it's one of those things where it is a very satisfying and it's a very passionate type of thing where it's just like you're in control. I think that's what I love about you. Like, you like to be in control. So, I mean, it works to your advantage. You know what I'm saying? So it's just you being in control and getting it on while you're delivering the pain. You know what I'm saying? So it works. It's a nice balance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can go. I mean, I hate, and I think it also goes with I hate losing too. I feel real humiliated when I lose, and that comes to like my perfectionist side. I hate, you know, I have to be perfect at everything. I have to be good at it, and if I don't and I fail, I'm just like, well, I suck, or blah blah blah. But when I won that fight, I was just like, holy shit. I felt so good. And then when I kept watching it, I was like, everything I could have done more. But I mean, I still got to win, so like that was good. But I kind of wish I could have done a little bit better in certain things.
Well, as they say, a win is a win is a win, and you have that competitive drive because a lot of us have that. We don't like to lose, but it's at the end of the day, it's a lesson and it's a learning experience, and you just want to go for more. And I look at it from a stance too as well. I'm going to say this because as we get into the new year, our New Year's resolution, some of us want to build ourselves back up. You know what I'm saying? We did a lot of home workouts with the gym, and now we're getting back into the gym. So I got to say right now, for what you're looking absolutely fabulous. I know you're ready to get the gains and ready to get your swole on, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? It's the new year, so how excited are you for that with gyms and everything? You get to work on that fitness side of things and just go hard in the paint.
Well, um, I actually I have some new weights, and I plan on getting um, some mats. I have mats in my cart as well, like pink and purple mats. So I plan on getting some mats for working out, and then also doing some sorry some wrestling here too.
I like it. First and foremost, of course, it's pink and purple mats, and I like your style once more. Pink and purple, but no, I mean, I think that's awesome. I mean, again, you're honing and learning your craft, and I mean, again, we talked about looking for more aspirations and what you're doing for the new year. But god dang, man, you're going to be wrestling around. You're going to be trained. You got your weights. You're ready to rock. I like it.
Yeah, and for home therapy, since I had to do oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, my throat is like really dry. When I had to do therapy after my accident, the beginning of the year, I got back into that for I think it was like maybe 2 or 3 weeks. It wasn't very long. I got real lazy with it, and I was just kind of super annoyed because there were certain things I couldn't do with working out. Like it was just way too hard. So I just stuck to push-ups. I got really really into push-ups, and I got to maybe I think it was 12 or 13 squats that I was able to do like all together and without stopping. And then when everything happened like with my personal life, I just kind of shut down again and got lazy. And then I found out I had um, a medical issue, and I kind of like blew up. Like I kind of looked, like I don't know. I just really looked and felt like shit. So on top of like depression and then my stomach issues that I had, I was like, oh, I just felt like shit. I looked like shit, and nothing I did, like working out wise, diet wise, like nothing was working. And so then, um, after everything was said and done, like I got all my. Well, it was like during my divorce too. Like we finally got some court dates going. So like after that started, I think my body was just like, okay, you can breathe now, and all the stress kind of slowly went away, and I was able to get back into like kind of my groove again. If that makes sense.
Mhm.
And yeah, so I started working out again, and well, this was like towards the end of the year, like August, September wise. But like yeah, that whole summer I was so depressed. It was so bad, and I can actually honestly say I was letting myself go, and I was like, I don't ever want to be in like that part of my life again. So now I'm like, okay, I got a diet going on. I eat so much better. I hardly drink any pop, and I drink water like it's going out of style now, which is so good because it's just so hard to drink water. I don't know if you have a hard time drinking water, especially if you love like soda and
Hey, I got a water next to
junk
me.
food.
I got a water next to me. I understand.
So yeah, and now that I'm back, my divorce is final. Like everything is just finally just like it's finally done and over with. And now my body is just stress free. I'm not stressed anymore. I'm not nearly as depressed. And now, like, I'm eating really well. I'm exercising again. And yeah, I finally, for once in a very, very long time, I feel really good about my body and even my belly. Like, there's some days, of course, I hate my stomach because my C-section shit, but yeah, I'm like, I love feeling so good about myself. And I mean, anyone can say that. It's always a good feeling, but finally, like, goddamn, finally, I can feel good about my body.
And I think, and I'll say this, and pun intended, because this is you, to put a bow on this episode of On the Mic with Mike, because you and your bows, I will say this, the sky's the limit and the future is bright for you. You feel so good. You are in a good health space. And I got to say right now, I truly admire you. I'm not saying this just because you're my friend, but I truly admire your perseverance and your overall drive just to be where you are now. You're in a good place. You're happy. And I really cannot wait to see what the new year holds for you, Miss Angelina Knight, my favorite little hobbit princess that you are. I will say this before we do close this out, guys, check out her Twitter and Instagram and TikTok and see a lot of beautiful imagery and really see how she exudes and accentuates internal and external beauty from her cat fighting and just scrapping and really just wanting to, smack some bitches in the face because no one will fight her. Delicacy. Oh my goodness gracious. But I digress. Angelina, before we do close this out, and I really can't wait to see what the new year holds for you, please promote the Twitter, the Instagram, where everybody can find you on all forms of social media, including your TikTok as well. You get to see a lot of family moments and really see a lot of the similar photos and imagery that we see on Twitter and Instagram. So please go ahead and promote your links.
My Twitter is, I have to go by like my middle name, and I like mixed up my middle name and my last name. So, let's see, it is Emma with 2 A's underscore Ray. And then my Instagram, like my modeling Instagram, is Beths BETHS underscore BOUDOIR. And my TikTok is, I go, like, my nickname is Lizard. Like, that's what my family calls me. So it's Liz Birch. I had to use Liz Birch because it wouldn't let me use Liz Beth for some reason. So it's LIZBERTCH.
Hey, I will say this, Liz Birch, whatever you call yourself, but that's really weird that they don't use Beth, but okay, whatever. But still,
Oh, I know. I'm like, what the hell?
it's weird as fuck, but okay. Yeah, no, the TikTok really does showcase a lot of fun stuff that's really involved with TikTok challenges and stuff, and you exude and accentuate all of that. So, guys, the links will be in the description below. Please definitely check out Angelina Knight on all forms of social media. You're one of my favorite people, and I love you to death. So, my final words to you are beauty, strength, and dominance, the three key elements that make women the work of art that they are. And I include you in those sentiments, Miss Angelina Knight. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season, and I hope you all have a wonderful holiday season as we close the book, tie a bow, pun intended for this lovely here. My name is Mike Larkin. Thank you guys for listening to another edition of On the Mic with Mike and Angelina Knight. Thank you so much for your time. I cannot wait to see what the future holds for you.
Thank you so much for having me. I always love being on here.
Same. So, guys, we'll talk to you in the next edition of On the Mic with Mike. Sending love, sending peace, and sending overall positive and good vibes. We'll talk to you next episode. Goodbye, everyone.